What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? We're back for another fascinating episode of Believes on Lunk. That's just a name that I gave it. It doesn't really. I'm just playing around. You guys hit the like button on your way in. If you don't like the content, hit the dislike button to let me know, because then YouTube will look at it and they'll be like, ew, why are you disliked so much? Ew, or something like that. But you should hit that button, especially if you dislike it. All right, guys, let's talk about what's going on in the market. Let's talk about what's going on in Terra Luna Classic's ecosystem. We got a big update, in fact, and it's going to be two different tokens in this ecosystem that are they're on the same page. Let's go look at it. Before we get started, sign up for the channel, $4.99 a month, or just subscribe, whichever. If you're a risk-based gamer and you like wagering a little bit, just a little bit, a tiny bit, TerraCasino.io is your place to go. Make sure you use your username and catch my live streams at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time every morning in order to win $50. And if you're trading utilities or meme coins in these ecosystems, Terraport.finance is your place to go. This is where the rubber hits the road, if you will. They're one of the top burners in all of Luna Classic, and every single day they're there for you when you need them in order to trade any of the micro cap meme coins like Believe or any of the major caps like Juris. Meme coin breakdown, utility coin breakdown, not really a lot of movement. Now you can see a lot of green here. This is USTC up 11% in 7 days. But this is the pairing between USTC and Lunk, so it's just been beneficial for USTC right now. You'll notice that Lunk is down in its pairing with USTC. So there's not really a lot of movement towards that upside. We're not really seeing that absolute breakout sort of move there, but what's the old saying? It is what it am be. Oh, it is what it is. Whatever. All right, so it looks like all nodes is catching up to AutoStake, and it doesn't really matter, but it's interesting to see what's going on here, despite the fact, again, I don't think it really matters too much whether you're number one or number two. Those percentage points, I don't know, will come into play and create some kind of hostile sort of takeover weird thing, whatever it would end up being. I'm not really concerned about it, but we are watching it to see what happens. I don't see any other gigantic moves. Again, Greenpeace has moved up from 16 to 15, increasing, but again, it's a small power, it's a small increase in voting power. So looking around here, I don't see any reason right now to have any concerns on any of them other than what we already have. All right, real quick on the price action, nothing, literally nothing to report. We're just going sideways. Like I told you guys yesterday, this is the play, I think. And look, I could be wrong, but everything's consolidating. And by the way, remember, I told you the Bollinger Bands were getting very, very tight. They're getting tighter today than they were yesterday. This is not a lot of movement right here. The market's down about $34 billion on the day. Bitcoin looking particularly weak. Maybe an altcoin rotation, but until we see Bitcoin rip, we really need to see Bitcoin rip. And look, anything can happen. You could see it at any moment. $100 billion enters the arena out of nowhere, and all of a sudden we're in this big surge, and it could be related to Ethereum. There was big news by Grayscale on Ethereum where ETF investors can now earn yield, and that's been the big kicker here. It's not the ETF, it's not Ethereum staking. It's not becoming a node validator. That's not what it is, but there is an opportunity for you to earn yield on Ethereum, which makes it more enticing. So Grayscale opened that up today, so we'll see how the market reacts to that. But otherwise, just a lot of liquidity extraction from the entire market. When you look across this broadly, we're down $30 billion, $34 billion on the day. 1% of that is Bitcoin. But when you start to go down the list here, you see it everywhere. There's 1, 2, 3, 4%. Everything is down today. So really looks like rotation is getting ready to happen. Remember, the rotation is gold to Bitcoin to large caps to mid caps to memes. And by the way, remember, the memes are kind of mixed in there a little bit. Not a full-blown breakout, but large caps. Remember, when I say meme coins, when it's SHIB or Doge or Pepe or any of these large caps up there, those are part of the large or mid caps. So if they're running for any reason, that's more because of the market cycle. When I talk memes, I'm talking micro caps. Those are the last things to run. So keep that in mind. Volume down just a tiny bit today. Volume way up on USTC. Not seeing it in the price, but we are seeing that it's happening. Now, there's an update from Ceramic. It says, while testing cross-chain transfers, I found a medium security issue with the app. For easy auditability, withdrawal hashes are stored permanently on-chain in an enumerable list. This is because indexing requires centralized indexers, which is costly and unreliable. So even though it costs a little more in gas, we store all information for transfers on-chain permanently. An added benefit is that in the future, we can add smart contract modules that analyze specific transaction data and conduct dynamic rate limiting or restrictions fully on-chain. The bug I found is that the hashes were being added during the withdrawal phase, not the withdrawal approval phase. While this wouldn't cause any loss, it does make auditing withdrawal approvals more challenging. I'm updating the smart contract and test to fix the issue, and we'll keep you updated. So you got somebody working on any security flaws and issues on Clay right now. So this might end up being something pretty cool. You never know. So, and by the way, this might not mean anything to most people like me. You know what I mean? But they're working on the bridge for security purposes. And remember, this is going to be one of the big burn protocols here. This is one of those things that's aimed at bringing USTC back to rights. So we should be excited about that opportunity. Also, burns 775 million, 48 million ended up being burned yesterday, a little bit less today, 16 million. But again, we've had that nice little spike over there with Binance. So let's talk about the big news of the day. Creamtion Coin, which is one of the largest burners in all of Terra Luna Classic, and Lenny have updated a white paper. All right. So Creamtion Coin was developed and released in December of 2022. Approximately 6 months after the crash of the Luna USTC, through various social interactions with the community, the Creamtion Coin developer's hairless cat Leonard became a frequent topic of conversation, leading to the development and deployment of the first ever meme coin. And that was Lenny. It was deployed in February of 2024 and enjoyed huge success. It's fair to say that Lenny started the meme coin craze on the Lunk blockchain. Despite this early success, the team recognizes that serious changes need to be implemented in order to provide more value to holders. In keeping with the original goal of helping to provide value to the community, the development team proposes several changes. One, Creamtion Coin, this is where, you know what, I'm going to skip forward a little bit here. This is all three tokens will have the same fee rate of 3% on both buys and sells. These fees will be converted to BNB or Lunk depending on the native chain. Each token shall have its own free collection wallet. At a minimum, every 2 to 4 weeks, the dollar amount in fees collected will be split evenly in adherence to the following distribution plan. 25% to project development, Garuda X burning, community rewards, and development team. The development team reserves the right to change the buy or sell of any fee token at any time, provided the fee never rises above 3%. At any time buy or sell fees changes, the development team will post an announcement on X or Telegram. Garuda X burning, 25% of the fees collected from the three tokens will go towards the buyback and burn of Garuda X. Fees will be used to buy back the Garuda X Lunk pool on Garuda DeFi. Garuda that is burned shall be sent to the official Terra Classic burn wallet. All Garuda X will be logged on a public Google Sheet with the following information. By the way, this is a great opportunity for you to accumulate some Garuda X right now, okay? And then there's the breakdowns of what exactly is going to happen right there. Then there's liquidity consolidation and reward redistribution plan. At a minimum every 2 to 4 weeks, the development team will perform the following tasks on each token. Remove 50% of the treasury's portion of each liquidity pool. Burn all cremate Lenny received as a result of the transaction. Use 50% of the Lunk BNB received to perform a buyback. Use the other 50% for the Lunk BNB to replace liquidity into the pool. Burn 50% of the remaining Creamtion Lenny received from that transaction. Transfer the remaining 50% of the Cremate Lenny to the rewards wallet, and the development team will log all the following information pertaining to these transactions. These transactions will be completely unannounced and not necessarily performed any consistent day of the week. That's to provide people from front-running ups and down movements over there. All of these transactions will be completed in succession and as quickly as feasible. All right. Hypothetical examples using rounding numbers to say this is giving you ideas. So guys, if you're interested in this, and by the way, this is a big and interesting sort of development here. Now, this is where it gets intriguing. Spicy Cat Media will be introduced as the brand for any games, apps, dApps, tournaments, websites, and future meme tokens that are produced in the ecosystem and fit within the Spicy Cat Media branding scheme. Remember, there are a lot of games that are being worked on here that are built on the Luna Classic chain that might fall under this umbrella at some point. So we don't know exactly what's going to go on there, but every project released by Spicy Cat Media will have its own specific white paper and way of operating. This will allow for flexibility in the creation and implementation of projects. This is an expansion of what we've been doing for a long period of time. Now, Here is your roadmap. If you are interested, I'm going to encourage you to go look at that. We're talking Q3 and Q4 of 2025 Lunk match, complete and release Spicy Cat's first game Lunk match, which is going to be comprised of 50 levels with gradually increasing difficulty. Lunk match will release a full white paper. Then you have Starquake Labs and Starquake DAO. Starquake Labs will be introduced as the umbrella parent company for all projects. An overview of proposed Starquake Labs operating procedures will be released at least 2 weeks prior to vote taking place. Starquake Mother Token is currently under development. After implementing the changes above, the development team will assess the financial situation and status of the project. Further plans will be determined at that point. A more official roadmap can be expected the second quarter of 2026. So, and then there's your disclaimers that are happening right there. And if you're just wondering, there's a too long didn't read for the whole thing to give you an idea of what's going on. And then here's your Lenny has 69 trillion tokens right now. Creamtion has 1 trillion tokens right now. Creamtion Coin on BSC. On Lunk, it has another 1 trillion. So there you have it. There's your update for the day. The Creamtion, Lenny, Garuda X ecosystem, Starquake, Spicy Cat, all of this is a consolidation, it looks like, of an ecosystem and a creation of something that might just be the forebear of much bigger things coming to the Terra Luna Classic system. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And remember, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right.